Right, let's carry on with this question. Here, this is sort of playing around with different things. So here they tell you, they give you this information for you to work out fixed costs, which you can do. If you can see there, this is really asking you to use the high-low method. So you can sort of kind of say 1078,000 minus 903,000 divided by 10,000 minus 7,500. You can find the variable cost first and then apply it. So let's do that very quickly. You can see that they haven't, although I know they haven't even used that expression, 1.7078 million minus 903,000 is 175,000. 175,000 over 2,000 over 2,500 divided by 2,500 gives you a variable cost of 70. So you have a variable cost of 70, and you can now apply that. You can pick March. So you're making 7,500 units times 70 times 7,500 gives you 525,000. And if your total cost is 903,000 minus 903,000, you have a fixed cost of 378,000. Let me just test it here, just to be sure. If I did 10,000 times 70, of course I have 700,000. Take 700,000 away from 1078000. Oops, sorry. 700,000 from 1078123 is 3. So that's right. That's my fixed cost. So this is my fixed cost for the year, and it says that this, and at break even, I think it's so important to keep highlighting. At break even, contribution is equal to fixed cost. That's important. So it says the C of S ratio is budgeted to be this. That's fine, and they wish to maintain a profit of 207 per month. So think of this as an additional fixed cost. Is the point here? This is the point. So we need to almost consider this as an additional fixed cost. If you think about it. Okay. Anyway, let's complete the sentences. The contribution is as we are. If your fixed costs, the contribution per unit at break even. Here we are. So what do I have here? So my fixed cost of 378,000. So here, if you're trying to maintain a minimum profit of 207,000, and what was very clever here was that them telling us this because you have your sale. It's very cheeky, I mean, because we didn't see the set. We hadn't. It was a while ago we talked about the 70. If you remember, there was the question here of we found this variable cost of 70, didn't we? We found it because that's the key. £70 was the variable cost. So because you have a sale, this here, sales minus variable costs gives you contribution, and your variable cost is £70, and you know that you're in terms of percentages, if this is 56.25 and this is 100%, this of course is 0.75. This is 43.75. So your variable cost, I mean, I can find what I need to find now, right? Because if £70 is equal to 43.75%, I can find 56.25. That was what was going on over here. So really, this is 70 over 43.75 times 56 times 56.25. That's what this is really about. So I have here 70 divided by 43.75 times 56.25, and that means that my contribution is 90. Yes, my contribution is 90. Yeah, that was just playing around with that, and this means that my revenue is 160. So you can sort of do it either way. You could find 100% first, and then find 56.25 of that, and you get exactly the same thing. But this was the trick, wasn't it? This identifying the variable cost there. Okay, great. And then from here, it's slightly better because it simply says that in order to sell, needs to sell how many units to achieve this minimum profit, and then this is the approach. If you remember, we take of assuming we now know what all our fixed costs are, right? We now know what all our fixed costs are. Technically, our fixed costs include this. You have the fixed cost of 378,000, but you also have this minimum profit you need me to get divided by 90 is pretty much it. And then you have here, so let's do that, 378,000 plus 20,000, 207,000 divided by 90 is 6,500. So you need to sell 6,500 units to achieve this minimum profit. Okay, great. So the next part says budgeted sales for April are 6,000 units. Okay, complete the below sentences. With sales of 6,000 units, the contribution needs to be, with sales of 6,000 units, the contribution needs to be what per unit to achieve the minimum profit. So what we have is an interesting one. We did something similar to this, where if you're trying to hit that minimum profit, you know that, okay, that's a fixed cost, that's a fixed cost. So basically, this total fixed cost here of 378,000 plus 207,000 of 585 needs to be covered by those 6,000 units. So in effect, we can find what the contribution has to be, and the contribution has to be 97.5. The good thing is we know what the variable cost is. The variable cost is 70. So the question here is, what is revenue going to be so that we take 70 off to get 97.5 in effect? So this in effect means that we need to do 97.5 plus 70, and that's 167.5 per unit, right? It's something similar to what we did earlier, where we know that we need to find what the contribution is per unit if we're going to hit that profit. Cool, great stuff, and that's multi-D.